Hello, and welcome back to Sid's Killer Reviews, where this week we'll be reviewing Killing Them Softly with Brad Pitt. Brian and Cameron with me again, and we're going to review the movie.
It was a bad movie.
Yeah, it was really bad.
The writing was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt so long.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted it to be over.
Lots of holes, lots of weird plot.
Terrible dialogue.
Yes. We talked about lack of character development last time. It was like, wow, there's so much missing.
Yeah, there was nothing really good about this movie.
I think you're wrong. I like some of the killing scenes, and there's some funny moments where people get hurt.
Yes.
Like the car blowing up.
Yeah. That was the best part, yes.
That was my favorite scene.
Yes, me too.
Was it an assassin movie?
I think so.
I'm going to say yes, too.
Yeah.
I think Cameron disagrees.
No.
Why not?
Because he's just a hitman. Yeah, they're stealthy. That just comes with the job, but he's not... I don't know. He has a different skill set, I think. He's not good at fighting or anything like that. He's just good at setting up nice scenarios where he can kill somebody cleanly.
I mean, yeah, how do you know that he's not good at fighting? Because he sets it up so nice. Like, he fooled that guy. He fooled him right until he died. I was fooled.
I guess it's just a difference of setting where they're hired from. He deals with a lot of mob people, so in my mind, he's a hitman.
What's the difference between a hitman and an assassin to you?
The style, I guess.
Okay. Like, what do you mean? What kind of style?
I mean, one of the biggest problems I have with calling... What's the guy's name?
Which one?
Brad Pitt's character.
Yes. Brad Pitt's character.
Brad Pitt's character.
I actually don't know his name.
Jackie.
What?
His name was Jackie.
Jackie.
Mhm.
What is the difference to you? Just who hires him? He
I don't
wasn't a mob member if they have to hire him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But he's, like, been trying to spend his time going around getting other people to do the killing for him. He's, like, a contractor for the killings that's been hired.
Yeah.
He's subcontracting the killings.
He only did the one. Or he was going to subcontract the one.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel like an assassin to me. He's not really stealthy in that sense, you know what I mean? He's not working on his own.
Yeah, but that doesn't make an assassination.
Then why don't you defend your stance, Brian? What makes him an assassin?
I mean, he kills people sneakily. Like, he even talked about, like, doing it from far away. Okay, this is terrible. It was so unmemorable. I don't even remember the first person he killed, how he killed him.
Mark, they pulled up next to him.
Yeah.
at the
Oh, okay,
stoplight.
that's right, yeah.
And then a tow truck came and hit them too and stuff. That was a little confusing.
Because he started to go through the intersection.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you
okay.
would think after the first car hit him, the other truck might see what happened instead of barreling right into the
Yeah.
car itself.
Like, the intro was confusing, and then the continuation of the Barack Obama and the Bush throughout the whole story. I don't know
Oh,
what
the
we're
political
supposed to get
stuff.
from
That's
that.
just
Is it because
supposed
it's
to-
economics, and they're
Yeah.
basically drug laundering or money gambling people.
I think it's just supposed to be a frame of reference for the time period that they're in.
Yeah.
There's some funny moments. I wouldn't classify them as redeeming.
Mm.
It's hard to find anything other than a few funny moments that is anything good about this movie.
Yeah.
I feel like it could have easily been made a lot funnier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really easy. Because,
Yes.
like, the scene with the car, like, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
some other scenes I think could have been just a little bit tweaked to make it really, really funny.
Yeah.
Like the beginning, the intro, there's no rhyme or reason when they jump cut to the opening credits and between the video of whoever the main character is, Frankie, walking. Yeah, it is a very forgettable movie. And the dialogue is bad. It sounds like somebody that's a teenager wrote it. Because they're like, how would these interactions between these mob people go? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
An AI written script.
Yeah. It opens with the main character in the back of a cheapo laundromat with some greasy looking guy giving him his job.
Actually, that's not how it opened. The opening was that terrible
walking
cutting.
through trash.
Walking through trash where it was like, and then kept
Yeah,
cutting.
but that was just like the beginning intros.
I guess it gives hope to people who make bad movies that they can still be
Beginning credits.
filmmakers.
Yeah.
Like, look how bad this movie is. I could do
They
that.
still make
Yeah.
money off of it, yeah.
And you can just get big name actors and hope that it fixes your terrible writing.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to watch it, because I saw Brad Pitt was in it, so I guess that was a smart move on their part, but...
Yeah.
You got suckered in by Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Do you guys think, even though it's a bad movie, that it's worth watching?
I think this is the movie that Shania Twain watched after she wrote that song about Brad Pitt. She's like, Brad Pitt doesn't impress me much. Yeah.
Mm. I thought you were talking about the song Killing Me Softly. I don't know who wrote it.
Not her. What did you like about the movie, even though it was so bad? But what parts did you like, besides the blowing up of the car, like the funny parts? What did you like?
I liked how comically bad Frankie's accent was. Where was he supposed to be from? I couldn't quite pin it down
It
by
seemed
his
like
accent.
a Brooklyn accent.
You think so?
Kind of.
Or
It's
New
Brooklyn.
Jersey.
Maybe something like that.
Well,
But
the
it's-
license plate was from New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
And all the cars.
How do you remember that, but no defining details of the film? It feels very hard to pinpoint Frankie's accent. And it's really bad, and like almost nobody else talks like him.
Yeah.
And then there's a random Australian guy that he just knows, and he's always looking completely greased up, like he hasn't showered in 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gross.
So what was your favorite part?
Besides the car blowing up, actually, I don't know why, but I liked when he killed the guy out of nowhere. Like when they got in the garage and he just killed him. It
Oh.
shocked me. That was probably one of the best parts of the movie. That was not funny, but was seriously just good.
I do think they did the killing scenes. They tried to do it artfully, and I won't say it's very artistic killing, but it is. I didn't hate watching it. You know what I mean? I'll put it like this: I've seen worse killings in better movies.
Where they beat Marky up too, that was pretty realistic. Like where he
Yeah.
was throwing up.
I liked that.
Yeah,
That was actually a pretty good beating up scene.
yeah.
They put more detail into that than I feel like a lot of movies. What do you guys think is the worst part of the movie?
The dialogue was really bad.
Yeah.
I felt like whoever wrote it was going through something.
Mm-hmm.
I was curious, have they ever had actual conversations with people?
I think some of the worst scenes were with that Mickey guy. It was not. I don't think that was needed. That wasn't necessary. You needed some of it to say that it
Yeah.
fell through, kind of thing. But
Are
we
you-
didn't need that long, and we didn't need that kind of script from him.
You mean the guy that played Tony Soprano, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's two characters that I really didn't like. It was him, Mikey, and the Australian guy, whatever his name was. Very vulgar dialogue. They only talk about sex, really. And also, Mikey's just like a raging alcoholic who apparently sleeps around with a lot of prostitutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all of his character development.
Yeah.
That's all and his wife wanted to leave him because he'd been in jail.
It was a lot of getting to know about a character that doesn't matter.
Yes,
Yes.
I was just about
Yes.
to say he is the biggest nothing burger character in the entire
Yeah.
film. He is built up to be this guy that's supposed to be a pretty good hired killer, and then he shows up and he's an alcoholic mess, and he's talking about how his wife wanted to leave him, and then they're just like, we need to get rid of this guy, and then he's gone from the film completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why he was there. Like, were we supposed to care about him? Because I just wanted him off the
Yeah,
screen.
I did
I'm
too.
curious if because he's from The Sopranos, he brought with him a price that was too high for the budget, and they needed to figure out a way to quickly eject him from the film. Because they're like, well, we can't get rid of Brad Pitt.
Another scene that was really funny, which was so like oddly placed and just thrown in there randomly, was when the two kids that robbed the card games were getting high. And he was telling you the story of how when they drove all those purebreds down to Florida, the dogs were farting in the car. There was like the cheesy fart sound effects going.
It's just supposed to help you relate to the druggies more.
I wouldn't say it's even one of those movies where it's part of pop culture where you at least have to watch it once. No. Like I just don't watch it.
Like it was so bad, you should watch it. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad entertaining. It was kind of.
Yeah.
How much longer does this go?
That's all I kept thinking. Like, oh my gosh.
And then like a bad ending too.
They probably did the best that they could have with the ending. How did Dylan die? And
Yeah.
why did we never meet him?
Yeah, we never found out about that too. Who killed him?
Well, we don't know that he was killed. I feel like it's likely, but still.
He was definitely killed.
You know for sure. I've
Yeah.
read the script.
Yeah, no, because after he said Dylan died, and then he said, yeah, that's gonna raise prices now. Because everybody was offering it, like, oh, well, Dylan takes this.
Mm.
Now that Dylan's unalive, they have to pay them more. I was confused on who Brad Pitt's character kept meeting with. Is he some kind of politician?
Counselor.
Yes, something
It's
like
like a
that.
lawyer.
Oh.
I like to think he was probably part of like upper city life management kind of stuff. I think he might have been city government.
Mm.
It's just supposed to show that there's corruption on all levels. I want to know why all of these high rollers playing the poker game were in like some of the seediest locations for them to get robbed at.
And with that much money there, you think they'd have some people watching the door?
Yeah,
or-
for
Right.
protection, or they'd have a
Yeah.
gun. Like, I thought the one guy, when the last guy starts to back away, it shows the one guy puts his hand under the table.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, oh, he's gonna shoot him, but no.
And it led nowhere.
Yeah, it didn't, like, you didn't even see that
Yeah.
guy on camera again. Like, I thought it was
So-
gonna go somewhere.
Yeah, this movie's so forgettable. I had forgotten that I already watched it before.
Oh, really?
Yes, but I remember as we were watching it the second time, after they finish the job where they're stealing from the card game,
Mhm.
I remember thinking, oh, that Australian dude's gonna leave Frankie behind. He's, because like obviously we're supposed to think from the first time we meet him, he's like low life,
Mhm.
some kind of drug addict or whatever, unpredictable.
Mhm.
I thought he was just gonna take the 2 suitcases of money and drive away.
I thought so, too.
I was like, why is Frankie just sitting behind instead of back? Like, you can still look at them and back up with your partner with
Yeah.
the gun pointed at them, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe he's waiting for his partner to start the car so they're ready to peel out instantly.
Yeah.
But then the Australian dude's driving and he backs up first
Yeah.
instead of just pulling forward for whatever reason.
We have another funny scene that I forgot about, but was when before they go in and they have pantyhose and dish gloves.
Yeah.
Which was really funny.